Hi everybody, hello, welcome to Ascension's Love with Alice. Welcome to this video. It's so wonderful to be here with you. I welcome you all, whether you're watching this on YouTube, on Facebook, Instagram, wherever. Welcome. This video, we're going to be looking at the full moon in Pisces on Monday, the 20th of September. So that might also be Tuesday for some people. So if you're in Europe, going that way, it's going to be Tuesday, the 21st. So it's a very, very, very powerful time. Before we go into that, we're going to be bringing in all the angelic guidance. We're going to be bringing in this, the celestial realms, the star realms, and the unicorns to bring through really focused messages and how we can work with that energy, because we know that the moon, that beautiful lunar energy, really helps us look at our emotional body. She helps us look at what resistance is blocking us from ascending in the most gorgeous way through our soul growth for this lifetime, right? Just as the sun does that with our physical body, our DNA upgrades, the moon does that with our emotional and intuitive bodies as well. So always a very powerful time. Before we get started in that though, if you are new to my channel, welcome. If you are not yet subscribed, please hit the subscribe button, the notification bell, and thank you so much for hearting, for commenting, and for sharing if this resonates with you. It just helps other people see these videos. So without further ado, let's get cracking. So Monday the 20th of September or Tuesday the 21st, depending on where you are in the world, we've got this full moon in Pisces. Now Pisces is that water sign. It brings that depth, that intuitive, emotional sense. We're able to dive deeper into well, essentially what may be blocking us. But I really am keen to see what guidance wants to come through from above, right, and below. As above, so below. And if you are not doing anything yet on Monday the 20th, Melissa Virtue and I, the gorgeous, radiant Melissa Virtue, is we're facilitating a wonderful call called Priestess of the Golden Age. And that is a live call with recording. So even if you can't make it live, there is the recording. It's part 2. And after part 1 we did on the 6th with that new moon energy, the integration was just profound. So if that calls to you, the information is all in the link in the bio and below. But let's have a look. This full moon on Monday the 20th. What can we be told about that? The sun is dancing beautifully outside through the clouds and the lighting is shifting like this. I love it. So, okay, what themes do we have coming up here? Right, okay, really beautiful. So, working with the Moonology deck first and foremost. So the base of this energy, kind of the underlying theme of everything, is this energy that is gaining momentum. This is where we're at right now as I record this, is in this waxing moon. So you will probably be feeling all this energy rising, this kind of like a pressure cooker going like this. And for some people it will be really, really great energy, and for some people it might feel a little bit resistant, and that's okay. The resistance is good, because what's happening is we are being shown where we aren't yet letting love in, right? So that's a good thing, because when we know, when we see and have enough of that contrast, we're able to release it, we're able to transmute it, to alchemize it, and to become a master of that energy, and to really bring a lot more love into that dynamic, right? The first card we have coming out is this full moon in Leo card, right? So this this beautiful card here is all about kind of that pride, that kind of what I'm feeling from this card is two things, right? So whatever you started around the Lion's Gateway at the start of last month, whatever you started to bring in, to manifest and to clear upon, that is going to kind of culminate around this time. So those seeds that you planted at the new moon at the start of Lion's Gate last month, and that whole process actually is going to be bringing through a lot of culmination. So that's maybe why some people might be feeling contrast. But what we also do need to be aware of is this is the ego body, really, so that mental body. And I just want to take a moment here to kind of break this down, because what so many people ask me is, you know, how do I release resistance? How do I manifest what I want? How do we do all that? To be here on planet Earth, we have these we have this incredible vehicle that we're here within. We are this eternal divine light, right? We're this eternal divine light that is here, and we choose to house ourselves in this physical body, but that is, we are not this body. We are not the body, the name, the title, the job, the occupation, anything like that. We're not that, right? We are this eternal, flowing, full of ease and joy vibration of love, right? But then we have the mental body, which brings in resistance, because that's all the thoughts and the patterns and the behaviors that we have learnt to embody from being here on planet Earth, right? From our parents, from society, from our school, from everything like that. We absorb and take on all these behaviors and patterns and belief systems that actually are usually based somewhere in fear, right? But when we don't notice them, and this is where this card comes in, right? Because a lot of what's getting released right now is the mind. Any limiting beliefs from the mind is wanting to be released, right? But what's really beautiful is that with the Piscean energy, Pisces is a water sign, so it connects with the emotions. But when we have a belief that we've not addressed, that we aren't aware of, it moves from the mental body into the emotional body, right? So are you following so far? When we move from the mental body into the emotional body, that's when we have those indicators as to whether or not we are in alignment with our truth being love and expansion and joy. So if we're feeling that as an emotional state, then we are in alignment with our higher self. If we are not feeling that, if we're feeling worry, anxiety, depression, if we're feeling, kind of like disassociated and disconnected, that's still an emotion. That's a belief that isn't in alignment. That's kind of overlapped and kind of overflowed into your emotional body, so that you can see it and be aware of it, right? So that we can do that. And that's what this full moon is going to help us release. But what's really, really interesting is that, and I'm just going to touch on this really quickly, is that once it moves through the emotional body, it then connects with the physical body. So if you start to feel, or if you felt any physical symptoms at any point in life, any type of illness or discomfort, so this can be IBS, this can be skin breakout, this can be lethargy, wanting to sleep in a lot longer, right? To all the way through to anything chronic and compounded. When something shows up in the physical body, that's because we've not paid attention to the emotions, and we've not paid attention to the beliefs that are out of alignment. So what's really wonderful about this full moon, what they're saying here, is that we've got this massive opportunity with witnessing beliefs from the past. So things that may have served us and helped us, right, keep us safe in this world. We're being asked to review them now, to witness them from love, to witness them in a way that we are able to just go, okay, I appreciate that belief will have helped me at some point in some way, but I'm going to choose to see it with fresh eyes. I'm going to choose to see it without condition, without judgment, and in love, right? So we may find, that we need to adjust our perception slightly, because whatever we focus on, that is what is going to get manifested. And with the moon being full, we're able to see our subtle body, our emotional body, our intuitive body. We're able to see that so much more clearer, because as she is full in the sky, she illuminates, she's bright in the sky, so that is within us as well. Those emotions are illuminated within us, right? And for some people who feel a little bit more safe in expressing their emotions healthily, who allow the waves to come in, right? For some people, you may not need to adjust how you flow in the cycles and the rhythms of the day and your emotions and time, but for many and for most people, there will need to be that adjustment, right? Because what is happening is your soul, your higher self wants you to expand into more alignment, more abundance, more joy, and more love, right? And to do that, we have to allow the illumination of the things that are uncomfortable. Because when we allow that illumination, when we allow them to express, when we allow ourselves to witness ourselves without judgment of how we're showing up, it's okay to cry, it's good to cry, it's okay to curl up and put a blanket over your head just while you focus on just feeling, right? If you allow yourself to feel and express it, it releases. We can bring love into that space that is pouring out, that is being created from that emotion pouring out. So this full moon in Pisces is really, really, really assisting that. And what's going to be really gorgeous about what will come from that, is that when we release the resistance, we are then able to step into a higher timeline, all the things that we've been asking for, but we don't need to keep asking, right? This is kind of what we do oftentimes, right? We don't need to keep asking. What we need to do is simply, we know how we want to expand. We know what we want to bring in. Our soul is asking for that every single day, right? Without even articulating it. All our job is to do is to surrender to the flow of how we're feeling, Oh, lighting's doing something weird again. To surrender to that flow. So let's just see what the unicorns want to say. That's going to really help us out here for this space and time. Because, you know, a full moon, a new moon, any of those gateways and portals, they last for a few days, right? So the full moon portal is going to be open around now, and it's going to run for, it's going to culminate and peak on that Monday and Tuesday, and then it's going to kind of spiral back down for the following couple of days, right? So we've got this, like, the space of maybe even a week or so to really allow ourselves to tune into this energy and to see what our higher selves want to share with us. But let's see what the unicorns want to say. What's going to really help us here? Oh, oneness. Look at this. This is about oneness, right? That grid of light, knowing, having compassion, right? For anyone else that is going through something as well, because everyone is experiencing something, right? Everyone's experiencing something. I'm just going to try and shift this light a little bit. Is that better? Okay, we'll do that. There we go. Everyone is experiencing something, right? And when we acknowledge that, when we witness that, when we see that, within another week, it takes the sting out of how that expression might be showing up, especially if someone is unaware, not working with their energies in a way to heal them and to transmute them, but simply projecting them, right? That helps us have compassion for that when we realize that we are all going through that process, you know? It's finding that common ground with one another. And when we do that, wow, does it shift things so quickly. So we're being asked to remember our oneness, right? Remember that, you know, and you can even invoke Lemurian light, right? And what that looks like, I'd say connect with water right now. You know, your showers, imagine them as light showers, you know, have a bath if you have a bath, you know, put your feet in water, you know, anoint yourself with water, but first bless it, you know. So if you have like a glass of water, bless the water, right? Put light into it first, and know that everyone is experiencing the same type of energies that we all are, but it will show up differently depending on what resistance we have in our body, what wounds we have, what we've gone through in this lifetime. What else do the unicorns want to say here? Of course, refreshing oasis. I think this comes out a lot. You know, nurture yourself and gather strength. This full moon is here to bring you strength. It really, really is. Like, we are not victim to any external energy, person, event, thing. We're not victim to any of that. Right? And when we start to look within, and when we start to kind of really look after ourselves, our physical body, through moving it, right, through getting outside and connecting with nature, our emotional body by allowing the emotions to release, to flow, you know, and our mental body by, you know, keeping that engaged, like affirmations and gratitude and things like that, you know, they're all actually mental practices that flow into then your emotional state, you know. So when we start to focus on that and realize that we have the power, because we are all God, right? We all, that light within us is part of the divine. It is the divine. So it is a time of strength. Should we understand that to its maximum capacity? Should we not feel like we're victim to someone else, right? The unicorns wanted to make a statement there. And finally, create your vision. And this is really interesting because usually we do this on a new moon, like create your vision. But and look at that, it's like the shape of a full moon as well there. Ask the unicorns to come in. Call in the unicorns to help and assist here. Call them in. You know, how can you feel more aligned, feel more in joy? You know, and look at that. I don't know if you can hear that, but the ice cream man, we have an ice cream man around here. And they play the nicest music, and that's just started playing in the background. But it's like, do what makes your heart sing, and then I get music. You know, you can't make that up, can you really? I love it. But for this full moon, you know, create your vision. What is it that you want? And when we look at that, you know, the mind can get involved a little bit too much, right? We can start to create from a fear base, and we don't want to do that. You know, like, and what I mean by that is, you know, we can start to say, oh, you know, I want a pay rise or whatever in this one job, but really what our heart wants us to do is to be doing something that is fully aligned rather than just focusing on a financial matter. What our heart really wants us to do is to go, no, actually I want to be doing something that fills me up rather than working for someone else at whatever price they're dictating to me, you know, something like that, right? So we want to actually, you know, bust out all the walls here and just go, okay, what do I actually want? And start with the feelings. Pisces full moon is going to help you connect with the feelings of what it is that you want, not the mind. The mind convolutes things right now, right? We want to connect with the feelings of what you want to feel. You want to feel freedom, joy, love, expansion, connection. If you want to feel all of that, this is the moon to start writing that down, and just with each word, so say it's connection, what does that mean to you? I want to be in a community where everyone has open hearts, right? Okay, so that's one way of connecting. I want to be with a soulmate or a wholemate, right? Who feels safe to express their emotions, right? You know, what does that look like to you? You know, I'm gonna be like moving this this camera around with the sun as he moves, moving the camera to match that. But yeah, allow the beautiful power of this full moon to help illuminate your heart's true desires, right? Not the mental patterns and not the mental desires that that we probably have adopted from external, right? The heart brings it back internal. So what a powerful message there. And finally, I just want to bring out a couple of cards here from this wonderful Queen of the Moon deck. So thank you for the kind soul who gifted that to me. If you should ever wish to exchange energy with me in that way as a gift or as a donation, there's never any expectation or obligation, but if you do wish to do that, as I know some people do ask, then there is always a link in my YouTube feed as to how to do that, right? So feel very welcome, and so thank you to the gorgeous soul who gifted me these last week. But let's see any final messages for this full moon. Attraction. Look at that. We're getting the attraction card again. So that unicorn card was literally just saying the same thing, right? Create your vision, and then that's how you attract it. It's like the supermoon energy. Oops. The supermoon energy, right? You are what you attract. You are whatever you're allowing, whatever flow you're allowing, that's what you're attracting, right? So allow the attraction to occur there. Wisdom. Look at that, we've got number 44 was on that first card. Now we've got number 22. Powerful numbers. Wisdom. Connect with a mentor, seek help and guidance, seek an external point of view, right? If you feel called to, if you've got something going on and you just really want to maximize on the energy around right now, maybe it is time to book a session, right, with someone. And that doesn't have to be me if you don't resonate with my style, but I presume you probably do if you're watching this video. But, anyone out there is also divine, right? They are a divine reflection of yourself, right? All that wisdom comes from the divine if they are in flow state. So presuming they're not in ego, presuming they're in flow state, but it's a great time to draw upon either your own inner wisdom or to connect with someone who offers sessions like angelic guidance, like quantum healing, things like that. It's a very powerful time to do that, right? And you can very, very easily and very welcome to have a look at my website to connect with me. I've got sessions available next week should that call to you. But there is such innate wisdom within you, right? So if you feel called to delving into that, it's a very powerful time to do that. And it's this emotional wisdom as well, this connection through the heart portal that's really going to hold that space for you. And then final card for this beautiful full moon. Thank you. Oh, balance. I love having this balance card with the Pisces because it's like the two fish, right? It's, like that. But we have balance here. And look, this mind is clouded again. And that's a good thing. Move out of the mind, right? We've got to move out of the mind because, it's really fascinating. So yesterday I felt this wave of emotion come over me. It wasn't really, it didn't really come from anywhere. Nothing had happened. It was just a wave of emotion. I'd create space somewhere in my body to allow emotion to flow through and highlight resistance that I had. And I didn't know where it come from. My mind could have easily gone to wanting to kind of search for it and understand it and all of that. But all that is going to do is bring the law of attraction in, because what you focus on, that's what manifests. That's what you're attracting, right? But instead, I let myself express what I needed to. It felt like there was tidal waves coming over me, I just wanted to curl up into a ball and I wanted to scream and I wanted to move my body. I wanted to do all of that, right? And so I did. I mean, I didn't scream, but I released that energy in a different way. And I cried and I let it out, and it was just this short amount of time, this short burst of energy that I was able to release, and that brought me straight back into balance. I didn't overanalyze it. I didn't allow my mind to enter into connect with my wounded inner child, right, or any of the subconscious or anything like that. I didn't entertain that because I know that that is illusion. But what I did is I just allowed this energy to move through, and that's what we're getting encouraged to do because it's time of balance right now. And we have the equinox coming up, right? Look, we've got all these fall leaves here, these autumn leaves. The equinox is upon us as well, a couple of days after, so interlacing with this full moon. So it's an incredibly powerful time, and I will talk about the equinox in my Sun moving into Libra video, which will be going out on with my email list. So if you're not yet on my email list, do subscribe or let me know that you would like to be on there. But yeah, it's the time of balance, right? And we are being encouraged and being shown anything that is out of balance, we're being shown that, and it's going to show up in our emotional body first, right? So notice, witness, and allow yourself to move, allow yourself to express, and allow yourself to be in safety, knowing that, you know, when you do that, you are gifted with even more light, even more beauty, and that's what you are. That's who you are. You are light embodied. You are love embodied. You are beauty and divinity, right? That is who you are. That's your truth. That's everyone's truth. We're just remembering that bit by bit, day by day. So I want to send you all so much love. Thank you so much for tuning into this. I hope it's helpful. Please feel welcome to share this video with anyone or tag anyone in this video should you feel like it'll help them as well, right? And thank you for your hearts and your comments. It just helps the algorithms as well a little bit, which is always great, because when we have divine messages to come through, we just trust that those messages receive the ears and the hearts of those that it's meant to. So for now, I send you so much love, and I hope to see you on Monday, the 20th, Priestess of the Golden Age, Light Within. It's a very, very, very powerful sequel to the Ignite Her call that we did on Monday the 6th, which there is a recording available for that if you weren't there live. But I look forward to seeing you on Monday or on the replay, and thank you for everyone that's reached out and shared their experience with that. It's so sacred to hear all of those, so thank you. I send you so much love. Bye for now.